Hello, I'm trying again because literally they've all been 12-minute videos and I'm feeling a bit bad. Like, no one really wants to watch me gabble for 12 minutes. Try to hide the bra strap because I've got a strapless dress on and I can't not wear a bra. Anyway, it's still hot. So let's try and go over this without moaning or ranting or swearing or anything like crazy, because I can get seriously ranty right now. So I'm going to try and be good. So, starting with the midwives appointment, I had that on the Friday. I did do an update, but it all went wrong. It was a really horrible poo day. One of those days where everything that could go wrong did go wrong at least twice, if not 4 times. I was in pain. Bending down physically hurt a lot, so of course I dropped everything repeatedly. Baby wasn't moving as much. I had a bit of spotting. Everything just stressed me out. I went to the midwives appointment. That was fine. BP was okay. Urine was clear. Passed the glucose tolerance test. The home birth is on. I've got a meeting on the 29th. Watch something else go wrong. This kid's transverse at the minute. So that's probably going to bite me in the ass, but I do not want to have a C-section, so he's going to have to move. Simple. I'm only 30 weeks. He's got plenty of time. All of that was fine, but the movements were still reduced. So, and that was the only thing that went well with that day, is that the appointment itself was fine, everything else was completely poo. But they did agree that he wasn't really moving as much, his patterns had changed, and it was better to send me in for monitoring at the hospital. Just to check, because they say 9 times out of 10, you go in, the kid starts moving. I said, I know. I get strapped up to that thing and he will have a party in there. But that would make me feel better, even if I did look a bit of a turd for going in saying, he's not moving. This kid's like, yeah, get a party. So I was like, okay, fine. So I was a bit panicked because they said go in at 3:30, because at that point I wouldn't have got in and out in time to get the kids from school. Probably because it wasn't available until like 2:30, and I've got to pick them up from school from 3. So I was like, yeah, that's not going to work. So they did 3:30, which is brilliant. Very grateful to the midwives. They were absolutely fantastic. So I rang Darren and I said, look, I really can't go in for a non-stress test, being strapped in a chair, monitored, blood pressure being taken, with 3 kids, one of which is a toddler. It's not going to work, and I've got no one else that can help with the kids, really. My mum would normally do it, but she works until 6 on a Friday, and I mean, if I'd rang her, she would have done it, but she would have lost wages and everything, and it's not fair on her, and I didn't want her to get into crap with her work, because she's come to look after the kids for me for the sake of half an hour. It wouldn't have worked. I'm not that selfish, so I thought I'm just going to have to deal with it. But I rang down and said, look, because I've gone into hospital, is there any chance that you could come down? He said, yeah, I'll see what I can wangle. I mean, David and Morris David offered to come down for an hour. He and Morris would have got out of work because he refuses to drive down here because he's a big girl. And I said, no, you're not going to drive an hour down here to watch my children for half an hour and then drive an hour back home. Just don't be ridiculous. I'll just have to deal with it. And I'll see if Darren can get out of work. So Darren said, yeah, okay, fine. I'm in Windsor. I've got to drop some stuff off. I'll drive back down to the warehouse, and I will pick him up from the warehouse, drive to the appointment, he'll have the kids, drive off with the car, and come back and get me when I'm done. Fine. So, pick the kids up, and just about to head off in the car to him, and he rings me, stuck in traffic, there's no way I'm going to make it back in time. And I could have actually sobbed in the car, because it was just a really horrible day, everything gone wrong, I felt like poo, I was stressed, I was worried, it's silly, I'm glad it's fine now, but at that time I was worried, because he still wasn't moving, and I was just thinking, oh God, what happens if, I get stuck in, it's Edith's birthday the next day, I don't want to go in there, and if he doesn't move at all because he's being a pain in the butt, and I'm sure he's fine, but if he doesn't move at all and I end up being stuck, or my BP is high because I've got 3 kids and they admit me, and I'm going to miss Edith's birthday, and I know now that was probably a bit over the top dramatic, but that's what it felt like at that moment. I was really stressed out, and I could have just sobbed, and I said, I'm not angry at you, I'm not screaming at you, or angry at you, it's not your fault, but I'm ranting and you're just the person that's listening to it. And he's like, no, I know, I'm so sorry. And I said, no, please stop saying sorry, because it's just making it's not your fault, but I could have killed because I thought, it's all fine, everything's fine, I'll pick Darren up, he'll have the kids, I'll just get to sit down for half an hour, it's fine. And then I get, yeah, I can't. And I was like, I could have sobbed. So then he rings me out a little bit late, goes, look, I found a different route, I'll meet you at the hospital, I can only take 2 of the 3 kids because I've only got 2 seats in the van, but I'll pick the kids up and I'll take them back to my work, and you can just have one child with you. You can keep George or something. And I was like, oh, no, don't forget it. It doesn't make us. No, I'm meeting you there. Don't worry. I'm going to do this. So bless him. He went out of his way. He was waiting at the hospital when I got there because I got caught in stupid amounts of traffic because, of course, with the half-term holidays, every single bloody road, excuse me, swearing, every single blooming road has got roadworks on it. Drives me insane. So I'm stuck in stupid queues and idiots around me and I'm in a bad mood anyway. So I get there and he takes Edith and George and Alice and I go in. So I nip into the shop super quick. I grab her some sweets and a drink. So she's got something and I say there'll be books and magazines up there so you can read those. And she was a little gem, bless her. And of course he put me on a monitor and he has like a party in there. He moves more in that half an hour than the previous week. All of the week. He's never in his life ever moved that much in a week, let alone half an hour. But I was super glad he was fine. So I was really grateful. I was just like calming down. And then, as I said, it was Edith's birthday the next day. And basically everyone just dropped out going to her party. Or her birthday tea or whatever you want to call it. And it was just a really horrible day. But it doesn't matter because the grandparents came around the next day and she had a wonderful birthday. So a huge thank you to everyone that sent her birthday wishes. I love a lot of you so much and I'm so incredibly grateful. And she received a lot of love and a lot of care from people who have never met her. And for that, I am ridiculously grateful. Thankfully, she had a wonderful birthday. She loved her presents. That's one of them there. There's the tent. And she had a brilliant day and that's all that matters. So I'm really grateful for that. Then for the rest of the week, the SPD hasn't been awful. I'm in pain, my back aches a bit, but I can walk and everything and it's fine. I have found the acid has kicked up another gear, which is awesome, but not the end of the world. The new one is I'm starting to get that breathlessness where it's so hot and so humid and I'm so completely pointless. I'm finding it really difficult to walk up hills without getting breathless or doing anything active or running after the kids, and I find that I'm getting puffed out quite quickly, which is really embarrassing. And if I stand in direct sunlight for too long, I start like heaving, literally heaving. How embarrassing is that on the school run? And there's me like, ugh, because I just cannot cope in this heat. And I love it. It's beautiful and glorious and wonderful, and I'm loving the fact that we've got a real summer. I'm loving the fact that my children are getting to experience a real summer, but I'm finding it very difficult to be pregnant in this summer. It's just very humid and very hot, and I'm English and partially Irish, and I'm not designed for heat. I'm designed for wet and cold, and this is going to kill me, as I said last week. But I'm really appreciating how glorious it is. It's just very difficult. I've got behind on housework and stuff, and I've just got to say that I love my husband very much, and I am so lucky I have him. Like, stupidly lucky, because he's been a legend. He has been so helpful. He's helped with dinners. He's doing the washing up of an evening. He sweeps. Doesn't often mop, bless him, but not even I can do that right now. I'm not mopping every day. But I mean, I'm doing the vacuuming and sweeping and cleaning the bathroom and stuff like that and the laundry for the most part. But he's picking up so much slack. And he's being so helpful. He rubs my feet. And I'm so in love with that man right now. He is just been amazing, and I'm so grateful for him. And yesterday, where I was having another crappy emotional day, he brought me flowers and chocolate and strawberry laces, and he's just, I'm just loving him so much. I'm so grateful. He is making this whole thing so much easier, and I feel awful. I feel so guilty that I'm so completely useless in this heat. Because it's not his fault. This is my choice, and I don't want him to be miserable or feel put upon or feel exhausted or feel like I'm taking the mick. And he doesn't. And oh God, I'm so grateful for him. He's being far more helpful this time than he ever did with pregnancies where he knocked me up. Which I find kind of funny because it's not even his kid and he's been way more attentive. But love him, absolutely love him to pieces. So I'm very lucky. I'm going to put the bump shots at the end because I've basically stopped gabbling about my week. I'll put the bump shots at the end, but I am wearing a grey dress. I'm wearing this grey dress. I might stand up in a second and flash disgustingness. Or I might not. It depends what it looks like. But yeah, the bump shot is going to be grey because I can't be bothered to change. I may change it in paint so it all flows and I'm wearing black in it. When I do like one at the end that does a video showing the bumps throughout the week. But right now, I'm not. I mean, if I get around to it later, if it cools down, and I take extra shots, fine, but you may just originally get a grey shot of a grey bump. And I don't think anyone's going to care, so who gives a monkeys? But yeah, I'm going to try and try not to humiliate yourself too much. So yes, if you, that is bump. I'm going to try and, there. So that is the bump. I'm not going to muck about turning around too much because you don't really need to see. It's just bump. Obviously, I'm not going to lift my dress up or put my dress down to flash bare skin bump because, you know, no one wants to see my underwear. It's not even attractive underwear. That's it. I'm going to get off because it's a really long video again, and I will speak to you all when I speak to you all. I don't know when it's going to be. Any questions or comments or anything, feel free to comment below, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. All right, thanks, peeps. Bye.